our challenge groups are really what grow our businesses. When we are running successful challenge groups, we can start forming successful coaches. And when we're forming successful coaches, we're really creating a very strong and solid organization. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And I'm so excited to really dive into this. We have quite a few new coaches in the team right now, and I'm so excited to welcome them all. If you guys see within our team page a hashtag hammer time, or you see last month it was hashtag get some. Anytime you see those words, it means that somebody recruited a coach. When we know that those words are being used, we'll give you guys a little shout out. The diamonds on the team, they have a little YouTube video that they kind of play out. So when you guys have signed a coach, make sure that you're using that hashtag in there so we can shout you out. All right, I'm going to do a screen share. And again, don't mind my desktop. I know it's a mess. Okay. All right. So first, let's start with some shout outs for last month. This was for the month of March. So guys, I have to give you guys a serious shout out. I cannot believe the number of coaches who went from SC1 or 2 or just were at 0 at the end of the month, and they got it done. So look at all these coaches who have achieved Success Club so far, in March. Danielle Engel at 29 points, Rachel Harvey at 20, Michaeline at 18, and so on. And guys, we know that when we are achieving Success Club, no matter what, at the end of the day, we are building our business. We are growing our business forward. I'm very honest in telling people that's one of the first goals that I set my eyes on, was knowing that if I was just hitting Success Club, I was moving forward. So no matter how busy I was, no matter what I had going on, my goal was always just SC. For me, when I started, it was SC5, and as I grew in the business, it started to become SC10. So if that is your goal, you are moving right along. You are on the right path. So congratulations to all of the Knockout Brigade Success Club earners for the month of March. I also want to make sure that I give a major, major shout out to all the coaches in the Changing Lives Club. That means that they have inspired at least one person on their health and fitness journey. These are the number of coaches that were in the 1 to 4 in terms of points range for the month of March. So many coaches, and these numbers, you guys know, are lives that are impacted, lives that are changed by the products and the programs that we have to offer, but more importantly, the accountability that you as their coach provides for them, what you are willing to give to them as a coach. So Changing Lives Club, lots of names. If you see a coach on here, make sure you shout them out. Make sure that you let them know, like, you are making an impact. You're making a difference. And then also every week on Thursdays, you will see the board. The board is our top volume producers on the team. Top volume producers means the top sales of the week. That's personal orders and customer orders that are underneath a coach. So when you see the profile pictures of various people on the team and people being named, and shouted out for their high volume. Usually it's about 300 and above volume points. Then make sure you shout them out. Make sure you know that they're doing an amazing job. I have to shout out Ashley Harris again. She was a top producer again this week. She is no stranger to the leaderboards. She is very consistent with making sure that her sales are up, and that she is always hitting Success Club. She is very consistent in the business. A great person to tag in the KB if you guys have questions about consistency, volume, growth. I've got to shout her out because she did it again this week. So shout out to all of the top volume producers, and make sure that you shout them out as well. All right, guys, announcements for tonight. Challenge packs. So challenge packs are how we as coaches connect with our customers. This is the secret sauce to success. This is everything that they need to be successful, including you. You are part of the challenge pack. You just aren't being shipped in the box. So guys, your challenge pack includes their fitness program or the 3-day refresh or the ultimate reset. It includes the Shakeology or the performance pack. The performance pack is recover and energize. And it also includes you, your coaching, your mentorship, your daily accountability that you provide to help them get results. So you know that the challenge pack, many of you from firsthand experience, is really what has helped you really grow your business. It is what helped you get results. This is just an opportunity to pay that forward. It also bundles it into a lower price. So this month, there are certain sales, Hammer and Chisel. It's a weightlifting program. It is with Sagi and Autumn. They have come together. They come together for a total body workout where they mix cardio and weights. It is not a beginner program, but it is a great program that you can actually take with you now with the Beachbody On Demand app to the gym, or if you have the equipment at home, it is easier to do at home. But I want to talk to you guys too a lot tonight about the club membership, because this is an amazing tool that we now have for our customers. And I want to make sure you guys are understanding the benefits of club so that you can really advertise it. You can talk about it. You can sell it. And then the Ultimate Reset is the third challenge pack that's on sale. This is our 21-day basic detox program. I blogged about it. If you go to katieersta.com and just search Ultimate Reset, I did this last spring, and I talk very honestly about it. Lauren B. Haven is another great resource on our team. She can tell you all about the Ultimate Reset. She can answer any questions that you guys have. If somebody is coming to you with questions about the Ultimate Reset and you're not sure how to answer, make sure that you're asking in the team page, because there is always somebody in the team who has done these programs that can talk to it. I also want to make sure you guys know that I went to say it too fast. What am I saying? Hardcore. Yeah. So hardcore is $140. It is on sale, but last month when it was a challenge pack, you also were given the sandbag. So even though it's not on sale this month, it's still $140, but you don't get the sandbag included. So it's the same price. It's like saying $10 with Shakeology. And it's a great way to talk about it. They're going to have I think a $50 savings if they get it as a challenge pack, as opposed to just ordering the program on its own. So that's another option for you as well. FAQ 4380 is going to have more. And if you're not sure what that means, if you just go to coachfaq.com and you're not sure, like if you have a general question about anything, you can just type in your question and you're going to get responses about those questions that you have. Okay, so Success Club, it means that you are selling at least 2 challenge packs and 1 Shakeology HD, a total of 5 points. Shakeology HD is 1 point. A challenge pack is 2 points. So as long as you are meeting the required 5 points, you have hit Success Club. As an Emerald coach who has hit Success Club, you are also entitled to the lead program. And the leads are basically customers that Beachbody gives to you for hitting Success Club. So these are people that could potentially order, but if they do place an order, it's going to go through you and you're going to receive the commission for it. When you hit Success Club 10 in any given month, you not only hit those customer leads, you get Shakeology leads as well. Shakeology is a coach exclusive product, which means that you get the commission right away. When you hit Success Club 10, you are guaranteed those leads as well. But this month, they make it really fun. They are also making sure that they offer incentives every month, whether it's a bobblehead, a blanket, a team cup time. This month, it's an apron. It's a Shakeology apron. When you earn Success Club 5, you are going to have that mailed to you. And if you are a coach going to Summit, this is 100% worth it to do. And this is the Fast Pass. So much like Disney has those Fast Passes, you guys know about those. So it basically brings you to the front of the line at the core, which is the shop, which is the store. So if you are going to Coach Summit, being one of the top 1,000 coaches with the highest Success Club points is going to allow you to have that Fast Pass. So details are also in the FAQ for you as well. Okay, here's where it gets interesting, because this is something you guys are going to want to know. We now have, with Beachbody On Demand, the mobile app. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you're trying to get onto Beachbody On Demand, you have to like take your phone and you have to like scroll it and enlarge it and put in your like keys and all that kind of information. You can now download the free app on an iPhone. It's not available yet on the Android, but it is on the iPhone. And what's really neat is that you can now download 7 workouts so that if you don't have Wi-Fi or you don't have an internet connection, you already have them downloaded to your phone for you to do. So if you're doing the 22 hardcore and you know you're not going to be around, or you know you're going to be on the go, or you're going to be traveling, download the app, put your workouts in, download the workouts on the app so that you have it. This is an amazing, amazing tool. So it's free to download. And it is for anyone who is signed up with Beachbody On Demand. You want to make sure that you have that downloaded, because this, especially combined with what the challenge pack offers are this month, it's going to be a great opportunity for you to talk about this with your customers. Okay, so here's what we're talking about tonight. I have to tell you that I have just started using this. Forever, for 3.5 years, I have run every group I have ever done on Facebook. And what I have found is that when I run things on Facebook, there's a couple things. Number one, I tend to recruit a lot of teachers into my challenge groups. And teachers don't check Facebook usually throughout the day. They're not able to. Or some of them just aren't on Facebook. They don't do Facebook. They prefer the privacy. So I meet a lot of them through Instagram. And so I was always having this issue with, well, you know, how do I get them in a group? Do I have them sign up for a Facebook account, but they don't really want Facebook? Challenge groups are meant to be run outside of Facebook. They are not affiliated with Facebook. You, as the coach, now have an app that is something you can really market to anybody. The fact that when somebody joins your challenge group, they have access to a free app to keep all their workouts accountable is an amazing tool that you want to make sure you are advertising, that you are talking about. Now, today, I'm going to kind of walk you through this. So I want to show you how I've been using the Challenge Tracker app and what it looks like as well. So what I love personally about it is that I find Facebook to be kind of distracting, right? It's really easy to get into Facebook and to scroll mindlessly. And then before you know it, you're like, oh crap, I meant to check in with my challengers, but I ended up scrolling Facebook for 20 minutes instead. With the Challenge Tracker app, you can get in and you can get out. And I love that. It's not a distraction at all. But I also love that you can be very, very meticulous about knowing exactly what your participants are or aren't doing. So there's a new level of accountability, I feel, with the Challenge Group app than with just Facebook. Because with Facebook, you can kind of take a guess. You can kind of see when people are participating, but it's a lot of guesswork. This is laid out for you. You know exactly when people are checking in, you know exactly what workouts they're doing, you know exactly if they're drinking their Shakeology. You have all of that information at your fingertips. The other one is accountability, right? So when one thing that I have been doing is if I notice that somebody is not working out, I can private message them via the app. I can actually message them and it goes right to their email and they see it. They're like, oh crap, Katie's checking up on me. She wants to know where I am. You can schedule your posts, so you don't need to use Sendable or Hootsuite. You can schedule your post right in there. And yes, you can schedule your post with pictures too. And the other thing is they have all of the Beachbody Challenge Group, what are they called? Like the documents that Beachbody has, they have them available right on the app. So you actually can click on those and you can use those challenge group documents to upload into your group as well. You are going to see exactly how much of your participants are participating. You are going to really see whether or not, you need to follow up with someone. You are going to be able to monitor all of that. Daily reminders They get a ding. If they are not working out or if they haven't checked in, you can bet that they're going to get reminders on their phone so that they know that they have to. When they see other people who are working out, you know, it's that reminder for them without being distracted by Facebook. So those were just a couple of the reasons that I wanted to share with you about this. But what I want to do now is I actually want to screen share for you what it looks like on my computer. So I have it downloaded in two places. I have it downloaded onto my phone, and I also have it on my computer. When I do check-ins, it is a lot easier for me to type on my computer, but when I'm on the go, I have my phone. You can get your notifications. You can close your notifications. You can turn them off in the settings. You can do it however you feel comfortable with. But I just want to walk you through a couple of things on here first. So 2 things. When you get into your challenge portal, so it's just mychallengetrackerportal.com is what the website is. You can also, when you put it on your iPhone, it's just, I think I just searched like Beachbody Challenge Portal or something like that, and it came right up on my group or in my phone. Okay, so whenever you come onto this page, it's going to show you all of the challenge groups that you have open, right? It's going to show you. So just like when you do on Facebook, on the left-hand side, you see where all your groups are. You have that same thing right here. So all you need to do when you go into the challenge portal is you just click on your group, and you're going to get the group feed. You're going to get on the right-hand side your notifications. You're going to also see where you can easily start scheduling your post if you're going on vacation or you just prefer to schedule things ahead of time. You can do that as well. And then the challenge group guides that I was talking about a little bit earlier, those are what's available to you. So if you don't use your own challenge group guide, they're already created for you. You can use them here as well. So let me go back real quick. So when you start a new group, it's going to set you up so that you can say exactly what you want to name the group. You are going to give a specific start date. You are going to say how long the group is. And then you are able to pick a program, or if it is a multi-program, a Shakeology group, a hammer and chisel, whatever your group is. Mine tend to be multi-program. However, the last group was 22 hardcore, and that worked out perfectly. You give a description of it, and then you select an image that you want to be able for the group to use for the group. You click create group, and you are ready to go. Okay? Pretty easy, right? Sounds really easy. It legit is that easy. Okay, so let's go back to my challenge groups, and I'm just going to walk you through some of the things that I really have found to be incredibly valuable. Posting, very simple. The group feed, you can divide it up into all posts, so you see what everybody is showing you, the posts that are happening, but also you can click on my posts so you can see exactly what you have posted, your history of posts within the group. So this is all of the posts that I have done, auto-scheduled or just live time, whatever they might be. I have really intertwined a little bit of Shakeology information because I really want my customers to understand the benefit of Shakeology. It isn't just something they had to buy whenever they signed up to be in the group. And I also talk a lot about just consistency, exercise, nutrition, so that I'm keeping them motivated throughout, right? All right, so that's the group feed. Easy, right? Okay, so the second thing that is really important is when you have a new challenger that you want to invite, you just have to put their name and their email address, and you then have invited them to your challenge group. They get a code, and when they get their email, it has a code. So when they go to click on the link, it will say, what is your code? They enter their code, and they are then in the challenge group. That is all there is to it. You can then also view the invitation sent, and the check marks will indicate people who have accepted it, people that are either in the group or have accepted it. When you see the resend invitation, it means that they either haven't accepted it or they just aren't in the group. So Katie Isaac is a great example right here. it was that I thought she just clicked off. So Katie, something had happened with your email or something. So this had shown as a resend because your initial email didn't work, I believe is what happened. So then you just go through all of this information. And then if you have somebody who hasn't opened their invitation, you just click resend. You resend it out, okay? Easy enough right now. So I'll go back to invite participations. You write their name, their email address, add to the list, and then invite the participant. Easy, right? It's really good. It's really easy. Okay, so then you have your participants, and this is what I love. I love, love, love this. So here you are within your group, and you can see how many workouts they've logged. You can see how many Shakeologies they've logged. You can see any notes or photos that they have provided for you that you can see. Not everybody in the group, but you as the coach have access to. So you can have them, instead of having them email you before and after pictures, you can put them right in this group and they have them. They can do along the way transformation pictures. You have access to if they have set a goal, if they have put a before picture. All of that is indicated here. So this is kind of like your portal for knowing if your challengers are going to get results or not, for knowing who you kind of need to follow up with, who needs to be on top of things in charge of participation. This is really the most important, the key part of your business. So I am actually going to pick on somebody who's in the team. So I'm going to pick on Taylor, right? So Taylor is in this group. And so when I click on her, you are going to notice that there are a couple different things that you can check. You can see how many workouts she's logged. You can see how many Shakeologies she's logged. You can see how many days she's been an active participant in the group. You can also send Taylor a message. So if I said to her, what's today? Oh, great workout today. I send that message, and she's going to get an email that alerts her that she has a new message. You can also check out the history that she's posted, her activity feed. So it broke down the news feed into just what Taylor has done within the group. And then the message history, all of the messages that I have sent Taylor. Make sense? So let's if you guys want, do you guys want to unmute for a minute? And do you guys have any questions about this so far? Okay, let me continue on then. There is a file section, and this is just me kind of being a little bit nitpicky. At this time, you can only upload PDFs. You can easily convert your Word documents to a PDF, but that is something that they have in the works. The other thing is videos, they have to be YouTube videos. So if sometimes you just upload a video to Facebook, unlike Facebook, you have to create a YouTube link for it. So that is just the only little qualm I kind of have with it. But for the most part, guys, this is a great way to run your businesses. This is a great way for you too to kind of avoid the news feed of Facebook. This is a great way to engage your Instagram customers as opposed to just your Facebook customers. And this is just overall a great way to make you look professional, to make you look like you know, as a Beachbody coach, like you have an app to offer people that's going to keep them accountable. And to me, like, I just think that looks just more professional than a Facebook closed group. So I want you to think about this, and I know it's different. I know it's something that a lot of us haven't done, but this is a great selling point for you. So try it. Your next group, whether you're running it on the 11th or later in the month, really focus on creating a group and know that there's going to be some setbacks. There are going to be, you know, maybe some things that you weren't quite, you know, sure of, that you screw up a little bit, but nobody cares. Like, let people know hey guys, this is my first time that I've ever run the challenge tracker app. If I make a couple mistakes along the way, can you throw me a bone? Can you just be okay with it? And I know I just had somebody message, so I'm going to find that. And I want to give you 2 more tips. How does it come down? I don't know why it's not. All right, so a couple more things that I just want to show you. So one thing that I did with 22 Hardcore, I'll just show you this. So one thing that I did with 22 Hardcore is I created what I call a holding area. And so the holding area is what I put people into before they actually purchase a challenge pack. So for example, my next group starts the 11th. And if I'm having conversations, so right now I have 11 conversations going with people for my next challenge group. Instead of just putting or private messaging them, put them in what you call a holding area. And so what happens is within that holding area, every time somebody orders the program, or every time that somebody says, I'm invested in this program, or, like I am ready to start, shout them out. Put that in your holding area so that the other people see it. And it creates this sort of supply and demand. It creates this oh, well, if she's doing it, I want to do it too. So one thing that I think I did in here, I'm trying to find it, and this very much happened naturally, is, people would post the things that they were getting. They would post their Shakeology. They would post their Hardcore. They would also, I posted a thank you to thank them for ordering. And so people would see this, and then they would see like the little thank you, and they would say, okay, well, maybe I'm ready to do it as well. And so when the group actually started, I put a post up and said, guys, the challenge tracker portal is up and running. We're going to scooch this party over there. So then the group kind of phased itself out here, and we kind of moved right into the portal app. But this is kind of where we started the party, so to speak. So I wanted to share that with you because it worked really, really well for me. You see the chat button. Okay. Danielle, it's just like coaching, you're scared at first, but it actually works out very, very well. And it's been good so far for me. Katie, do you make the holding place a group or an event? And make it a group. And I give people, anyone who has even said, oh, maybe I'm interested, or anyone who has liked the post, I'll say, hey, you know what? A lot of people are asking me about this group. I only work with a select few people, but I really think it might be a good idea for you to check it out to see if it's a good fit for you. Do you mind if I offer or if I add you to this group? And so I start there. I know that I've talked a lot to you guys too about the free groups that I run. I advertise a lot of this in my free groups, and then I just move them over to a group that is specific to an upcoming challenge group. So it's just like a small holding area that gets them pumped up for the app. And I give these little snippets. I give like little tidbits about, oh, this is what I'm working on the app. I added the files. I added the grocery list into there. So they have this idea of like, well, what is this portal? What is this app? I've never seen it before. And so once I kind of build that up, it's easy to transform them into customers because they're excited about it. I've already done a week and a half of work that has allowed them to get pumped up for it. I do. You know what, Katie? I never really thought of that. I do think it helps cut down on a lot of the back and forth conversations. But I'm going to also tell you this. I've made a habit, and I think it's Kirsten who is very adamant about this. Get on the phone. I have found that a lot of the back and forth conversations sometimes get lost in translation. And so even that, when I am having that back and forth, it's very easy to say, you know what? I have this little group. It's just a setup to kind of give people a little bit of background information about what it is so they can test the waters before they actually move into the portal. Why don't you just check it out? And it's so very nonchalant. It's so very natural that people don't really think twice about it. It's like, okay, sure, yeah, I'll check it out. But what's really happening is I'm able to kind of have more conversation on a more broad level and be able to tell people what other people are doing so that they understand like this is a pretty big demand for this program. Make sense? Do you guys have any other questions about the holding area? And then the other thing is too, I've done like giveaways within that holding area. I've said like somebody has, I think I said at one point, they've all earned, you know, their gift card. I gave gift card to Lowe's, and that was actually Michael Lean's idea. And I said, all these people are ready to rock. Welcome aboard the crazy train. Every time someone purchased, I welcomed them. I shouted them out in that holding area, if that makes sense. Try it. Try it this month. It gives you, the other thing it gives you a reminder of who you are having conversations with if you are not good at tracking. If you feel like, oh crap, like I am just using Messenger, put them in a holding area so that you know exactly who you are having conversations with. And you know what? You can go back to this holding area, and if someone didn't purchase from you, follow up at the end of the month and say, you know what? I know it wasn't the right time for you. I'm getting ready to open my next challenge portal. Is this something that you would like to know more about? Does that make sense? I know it's really different. So, and honestly, I don't know any other coaches that really do it. So I think it's working. I mean, I feel like it has been pretty successful. And guys, just go to Beachbody on YouTube and you can see the tutorials. The tutorials are literally 2 minutes long. And once you watch them, you're kind of like, this is easy. I can do this. I will be absolutely fine. All right, questions about that? Was that helpful? See. Did you say the holding area was a group? Yep, Sarah, it is a group. It's not an event. My free groups, I start as events and I move them to groups. Everything that I do, I move to groups. So even the holding area is a group, so I can always come back to it as well. Cool. All right, so guys, we're just going to shift our focus just a little bit tonight because, like I said, this portal has been awesome. It's a great tool. It's helped me make sure that my coaches my challengers are really on top of things, that they're seeing results. But tonight, I just want to kind of turn it over to 2 coaches on our team who are going to talk to us a little bit about effective challenge groups, because it is one thing to get the sale. It is one thing to say, yes, I sold a challenge pack, SC2. But that is when the work really starts. You know, they've invested in you as their coach. So it's great. You have SC2, but now it's like, here's what we need to do. This is how we get to work. Now the work begins. And even as you as the coach, don't look at this as a one-time sale. Look at this as, I have the opportunity to change someone's life. If I change their life, guess what they're going to do? They're going to talk about it. They're going to share it with other people. And if they share it with other people, one of 2 things is going to happen. They're going to say, I'm a kick butt kind of coach, and they're going to give me referrals. Or number 2, they're going to become a coach. And you know what they are going to do? They're going to motivate. They're going to inspire. They are going to be awesome coaches as well. Or the opportunity to be lifetime challengers as well. So tonight, we got to talk about challenge groups. So I know that we have all been there. We have had a challenge group that has fizzled out. We've been in that group where it just isn't working. There's nothing we can do. We post in there and we feel like we're talking to a wall. So how can we make sure that we're doing our job, that we are creating effective challenge groups? With that being said, also note that you have to control the controllable. You cannot convince someone to do the workouts. You can't be there every morning to make sure that they are pushing play. You can't be there to make sure that they have stirred, shaken, or whatever with their Shakeology. You can't. All you can do is motivate and support and inspire. And if they are taking that and they are using that, then they will be successful. But that is on them. You can only bring them to the water. You can't make them drink it. So kind of keep that in mind as well. So Liz, are you on the call?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can. Do you want to go ahead and kind of get started with welcoming atmosphere?
Yes, sure. So first of all, I don't know. Can you guys even see me? Can you see me, Katie? Or you just okay? I don't know what I look like. I don't like technology. Let me just start by saying. So I'm a hot mess over here, and I can't see. So, anyways, but talking about creating a welcome atmosphere, I think this is so important for setting yourself up for a very successful year. Is that you want it to be safe, non-judgmental. So you want to start off by telling your challengers that, we're real, we're going to be real in here. You can be honest in here. We're here to support each other. You want to lift each other up, and just really reiterating that to them so that they know that they're going to be supported and they don't have to, feel like they're going to be judged by anything that they post in there. And then something I start off with is just really having them introduce themselves. It's a simple little thing, but it's sometimes I've been in other groups where they just you don't do that. And it's a lot of strangers in this group. So just kind of, basic things about you, like what do you like to do? Are you a mom? Do you work? What are you looking forward to in this challenge group? Something to get them talking. And then they'll start to really connect with each other that way. And then another thing I found that really helps me with my groups is that they really want you to be real with them. They don't want a perfect coach. So they don't want to know that you're eating perfect all the time. Like they want to feel like, okay, I had a cookie today, or I struggled with this today. And then I found when I open up like that with my challengers, then the waterworks comes. Like they just open up and they say, all right, I've been struggling with this too. And it's real. It becomes this real atmosphere. It's like friends talking and you're here to support one another. So I think that's super important just from the get-go to really let them know that that's what this is about. When you invited them to join your challenge group, you told them, I'm sure, how much like accountability they'll get and the support. And I feel like our challenge groups are really what makes us different from other companies. And you really have to believe that you as a coach has so much to offer. And so when you really believe in yourself and your ability to help them, then all of this stuff kind of comes as a passion and it comes across to them and they feel excited to join you and they don't want to leave you. So they kind of keep going in your groups. And like Katie said, they either join your team or they start to just be like a lifetime challenger. Either way, you're helping that person. And then if we go to the next one, just really showing them that they matter so that they're important to you and what they have to say matters in the group, right? So you want to encourage them to be honest, like I said, and then also you want to celebrate success. So if, their jeans are getting looser or they were able to skip that cookie, whatever, small successes along the way, shout them out and celebrate that. And then you also want to discuss your struggles, like I talked about, just being honest and real and saying, hey, it was a rough day today. I was around the donuts or whatever. I really didn't want to, I hit snooze, and just really being real, keep it real.
So one thing, can I just chime in there too? Cause I know we kind of talked about how we do that.
Yeah.
So with the discussing the struggles, so if you notice that a customer or, one of your challengers is continually having a struggle, like they are always eating the donut, they are always skipping their workouts, they really aren't doing what they need to do. How do you combat that without feeling like you have to do your job as the coach, but at the same time they're having a struggle? Like how do you combat that?
Well, for me, like when they get like that, I just kind of bring it down to, your why. So why did you want to join this challenge group? I'm here to help you reach your goals. And so probably talking to them through like Messenger, or I love the idea of the app. I haven't used it yet, but I love that, being able to interact and see that, you can see, I'm sure, their trends more that way. Mm-hmm. But, just, I think it's connecting to their story at that point. And again, like you said, it's not all on you. I mean, some people do sign up and they don't move forward with it. And all you can do is encourage. But if it's someone who's struggling, it's kind of getting to the root of that problem. Like, why are you struggling? I find a lot of my challengers sometimes do self-sabotage. So we'll talk about that and I'll tell them, you have a homework assignment tonight. So tonight I want you to read this or watch this. And then you need to write down like 3 positive things about yourself. And then they kind of just get back on track and think like, I can do this. So I've done that a few times with my challengers.
That's a really good idea. I think I'll actually do that. Awesome. Did you go over, I don't think you went over the last one. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't go over the last one. Okay, so just acknowledging posts. So if they post in your challenge group, my goodness, show them love, you know? And I feel like the other challengers kind of feed off of that too, you know? They don't feel like a cricket also. And if you think about it, they're probably nervous to share and nervous about the group. So give them feedback, encourage, interact with them. They're more likely to meet you and interact with you. No one likes crickets, right? We hate them, so they hate them too. And then I think the next one is make it fun. So you want it to be also an accepting environment, but you want it to be fun. You want it to feel like it's just a bunch of girlfriends or whoever in this group, you know, a bunch of moms trying to just be better, and you can laugh about it. So just posting silly things, and you know, I make tons of crazy faces, and you can just post silly things to make them smile and laugh. But I also like to do videos for them. YouTube stuff, memes, quotes, songs, jokes. So just change it up. So it's not always like you posting an inspirational quote, you know, keep it different so that they don't know, I guess, exactly what you're going to post that day. And then another thing that I do is I have a theme day. So the challengers really get into that. And I love when they like rapid fire. So they kind of like Monday, we do Motivational Monday, and they come up with a quote. And sometimes they post it before I do. And it's really exciting when they connect that way.
And then the other thing is too, Liz, just along those lines is just sometimes you need to get away from the script. So for many of us, like we've been using a script, or for so long we've been using the same script. You've got to change it up, and you've got to put yourself in there too. Like put yourself in the position of, well, why are you a coach? Like, why are you a challenger? Why does it matter to you? And think of what they're thinking about. Absolutely. So a lot of times, yeah, like I'll also just say, okay, I can't go with the script today. Like this isn't scripted. Like, let's just give them real, authentic, what they need today kind of stuff.
Right. And I'm like the crazy coach because I don't use scripts. So I do that every day. I feel like with my group, I want them to have, like, I don't know, you kind of get the atmosphere and know what they're needing and what's going on, and then you post to that. That's what I do. But
that's crazy. But congratulations. That's cool.
Anyways, if interaction is low, and again, I think with the app, you can see this much more clear, right? Mm-hmm. But in your Facebook group and interaction's low, you know, change it up. Maybe do a week of a competition, do the point system where you get like 2 points for posting this and 5 for posting that, 10 points if you tag me in a post, you know, that type of thing. And then do a prize at the end of the week. You know, they really love that. So if you see that there's a lot of crickets, I would just change it up. You know, when I taught, you know, I used to be a teacher. So when I taught in the classroom, if I taught first period and it didn't work, you know, you're not going to do it again in second period, right? So you have to think of, you know, this isn't working, so I'm going to change it. So you need to see what your challengers respond to. It's a lot of trial and error. And once you get your groove, it's really awesome. And they know that you're, you know, for them and you're invested in them just as much as they are in you. And then my last one is create momentum. So you really, I think it's so important. You need to be consistent. So you always need to do what you follow through and do what you said you were going to do. So when you talk to these people about joining your challenge group and how it's going to change them because they'll get X, Y, Z, make sure that you give them X, Y, Z. You know, you follow through, and then connect with them. I think I talked about this already, but anyways, if you connect with them, if they're not posting, check in on them. So send them a message. Sometimes people, they're watching, but they're scared for whatever reason, but at least check on them once a week and say, hey, you know, how's it going? And usually a conversation starts from there. And then definitely Shakeology, like that's how you're going to keep your momentum going. You have to talk about how important Shakeology is in your life and share your success stories, recipes, tips, you know, get the challengers involved. We share tips and how to make it and our favorite recipes, selfies with your Shakeology, just something to talk about the importance of that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then the other thing that I did just with creating momentum is give your challengers an opportunity to lead. So if you see someone very naturally kind of like posting daily, give them an opportunity to lead. Maybe they're leading like the water, like challenge or something, or maybe they're leading, maybe they're doing motivational quotes for the day. whatever it is, like just give them that opportunity where they can see themselves in the role of leader within the group too. And then you empower them. You know, you start to create this momentum within the group because it's not just you talking, they're talking. They're playing the role of motivator as well.
Yeah, I think it's just knowing that, again, that they connect to you and you are what drew them into this. They want Beachbody products, but you know, they can get that anywhere. They're there for you. There's something about you that inspires them. So
right.
You have to be super honest and consistent and open, and like I try to change it up with my challengers. Right now I'm thinking about doing a graduate challenge group where they're all, you know, if you've gone through it, then you're in it, and then maybe using a script for my newbies because I don't script. And they're like, I don't care, Liz, whatever, just as long as I stay with you. Like, they don't care. They just want that inspiration and to feel connected to you.
Right. Paxton asks, if they aren't posting and you have encouraged them and messaged them about it, but still don't post, what do you recommend?
I would just still, if you're doing a 4-week challenge group, you know, to try to again weekly. I mean, ignore you. I just keep doing your thing. You know, it's a person doesn't want to for whatever reason. It's not your fault. They're not committed.
Yeah. And Paxton, once you've kind of reminded them of their why and you've messaged them, again, it's one of those things where you can't do the work for them. You can't drink the Shakeology for them. You just have to remember that your job as a coach isn't to do the work for them, you know, and sometimes it really does happen. And it stinks because you kind of feel like they invested. I really know it works, but you can't want it more than them too either. So did you have more? Or that was your last one, right?
Yeah, Taylor's up.
All right.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm going to try to keep this brief because I know it's getting late. Really quickly, Liz just gave us a ton of tips on what to do for challenge groups, but I'm going to kind of just take a step sideways and talk how I run my challenge groups every single month with a specific script that I really do not stray from. So for starters, my challenge groups are always 4 weeks long. Every single one. I don't stray from a 4-week challenge group, even if they're doing a specific program. And here's why. I only have time in my life to run one a month. So what happens is on the final week of my challenge group, I have a new group starting preseason. So they're kind of linked up. So I have my week 3, which is technically week 4 because they have a week of preseason, linked up with another group that has preseason going. So kind of how Katie was talking about the holding area, preseason for my groups is kind of like the holding area for the next group. So I have all my new challengers getting their measurements done, getting their before pictures taken, learning how to clean out their cupboards, learning how to eat clean, talking about all the things that are going to happen in their group. And when that week 1 hits, the Sunday before, my challengers from the week prior, from the group prior, roll right into that group. So they never leave me. They actually don't have an option. I don't give them an out. I'm like, even if you like need to take a little break for a day from working out, that's fine, but get in this group. Here's the link. They all just stay with me forever. So my groups keep getting bigger and bigger every month, but it's actually been great for the morale in my challenge groups. So I run my challenge groups based off of the color code personality test. And I have my script and my outline in the KB in the file section. It's a 30-day group. The first week is based around the white personality. They're being told every single thing that they need to do, very clear directions, how to take your before and afters, how to meal plan, so on and so forth. Week 2 is my red week. So it's going to speak to those people who are red coaches or red customers, sorry. It tells them it's like go time. So it's very structured. They are checking in with a point system. It's not very emotional. It's very much just like go time. They're checking in. They're doing all of that. Week 2 of the actual challenge group is my yellow week. So what I found in the history of my own personal challenge groups is that the second week of a group is when people start to get tired and really sore and don't want to do it anymore. So that's when you kind of lose them. So we play games. And I have a theme for every single day and a point system. So Mondays, they post their sweaty selfies in the comment of my initial post. They get 10 points if they post their picture. Tuesdays are food days. For every meal that they post a picture of, they get 5 points. And I have to tally these up as the week goes. Wednesdays is water. Every time they finish a bottle of water or a glass of water, they get 5 points if they post a picture. Thursdays is Shakeology. They get 10 points for posting their Shakeology and the recipe they use that day. Friday is a workout video. So if they post a video of them doing their favorite move, they get 10 points. Saturday is meme day. So they post funny workout memes. And this day goes nuts. I can't keep up with it. So I limit them to, they can post as many as they want, but they cap out at 25 points. So once I see that they've posted 5, I add on 25 points and they're capped out there. At the end of that, whoever had the most points at the end of it is a winner, and I send them some type of prize. I do this for every single group. People love prizes. They don't even know what this prize is. It could be a pencil, but they don't care. They're like so excited that they're going to get something at the end of this week. The third week is the blue week. Jenna, I keep track of points. So every single day, the next day, I tally up the points. So they kind of know where the scoreboard is. So if they see that they're like 10 points away from someone, they're like chugging water like the next day. They're trying to beat that person. It's really fun. A nice little like friendly competition happens, and so on and so forth. I actually make sure that I will not count their points if it's not in the comment section of the morning's post, because I'm not trying to scroll through that news feed all day and figure out who drank how much water. So if they do drink the water and post it just in the timeline but not in the comments, I'm not going to tally it because I'm not going to find it. And then the last week of this challenge group, the final week, is our emotional week. It's our blue week. So we're really they're starting to talk about what has changed for them. So this has actually been a game changer for my business because it gives me material to post about. So on Monday, they're posting their sweaty selfie. Tuesday, maybe in the script it says, tell me, take a picture of an outfit that you've been trying to put on that you've been wanting to wear, put it on and tell me how it fits now compared to the beginning of this group. Wednesday might be a non-scale victory. So what is something you can do today that you cannot do on day 1 of the group? And people will just start commenting. I can do 10 push-ups and I can only do 1. People will be like, I actually work out now. I've never worked out before. So then what I can do is take all of what they're saying and I can post that in a post about my challenge groups and how my challengers are doing awesome on my own wall. So people are like, what the heck's going on in that group she runs? And then they'll message me and get excited about it because they're seeing what other people have going on. On Fridays of the challenge group, it's called Feel Good Fridays, and they actually have to tell someone else in the group something that they did that inspired them. So they might not know this person at all, but they're being like, hey, Susie, when you posted that picture of you doing sit-ups holding your baby, it made me get up off the couch and grab my kid who was crying too, and then I did my sit-ups. I didn't, make an excuse. So they start to really see that what they're doing is inspiring someone else in the group. So when I go to have those conversations about them being a rock star coach potentially, I can bring that up and I can be like, so-and-so said you really inspired them. I really think you should give this a go. The last thing I do with this group is for 30 bonus points at the end of challenge week, if they post on their own wall and tag me in it about the challenge group, what this challenge group has done for them, how things have changed for them, I give them an extra 30 points. And typically the person who posts on their wall ends up winning challenge week. So those people who go ahead, they go for it and they post on your wall, you know that those are going to be your rock star coaches potentially. Those are really the people that you want to pay attention to because they're not scared of putting themselves out there or being proud of what they're doing. Like I said before, all of this information is in that document. I have a very clear script in the KB, in the file section. I feel like I'm talking 400 miles an hour, but I know it's getting close to 10. So if you guys ever have any questions about the color, personality, and why we broke it down that way, basically it just takes everyone's personality type and gives them a week. So maybe in the red coaches don't really necessarily like the yellow week, but they really thrived in that first week. You'll see that they'll start to get a little bit competitive and people kind of jump in and you kind of get a feel for people's personalities. But it's been super fun. I've been doing this since January and have not switched it up. It's been such a nice flow from one group to the next. People don't want to leave their friends. So they're like, oh crap, so-and-so is going in the next group. I have to come too. my challenges are just dragging each other along. My volume has been so much higher because people are not canceling their Shakeology because they want to be in these groups. My discount coaches, even general coaches, I've signed way more because they see the benefits of being on this long term. So even though this is all about our challengers, we also have to think about making sure that you do the right things within your challenge groups to also grow your business. And having this cycle and this set schedule has been a game changer for my business personally. That's all I got. Any questions?
Do you guys have questions? Yes, and the document, guys, if you just go into the file section of the Knockout Brigade, you will see it in there, and you can take a look at it and see if it will work for you. It's great, too, because I find it to be very modifiable as well. So, yeah, I don't know. It's good. All right, so, guys, real quick, I'm going to have a call to action in the team page about just using the Challenge Track portal. And so you can check it out. We're going to have a call to action about when you guys are going to be using it as well. So I highly suggest it. I hope that you guys got a lot of information from this call. It will be uploaded to YouTube. You guys can check it out later in the week if you want to go back and kind of look over the challenge portal again. So guys, have a great night. Thanks for being on the call, and I'll chat with you this week. Bye, guys.